Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming today. Thank you for being a part of this celebration of the Holy Eucharist. I have to tell you something, and this is true, and that is that I did not pick the gospel today because this is the time we're gathering in pledges. It actually was scheduled way before all time. It's in the lectionary. It's in the prayer book. You can look it up. It's just a happy accident that is what is there. I'd like to focus a little bit of my energy and time this morning on this woman, because I find her one of those people that gets cited all the time when it comes to giving. And yet, there's a kind of quirky little thing going on here. Jesus is across the street. The temple treasury box is over on the other side. And he sees this woman, and we have to assume that at least in appearance, she was a bag lady. She was someone who was poor, maybe homeless. Because how would he know how poor she was and what he had to say about her? And he sees her take 2 coins and put them in the box, and then cites her as an example of someone who has given all that she has. And my question is, how does he know? A little bit of me wants to think that what's going on in this particular moment is she's got nothing left to lose, so it's like in poker, you say, I'm all in, and you walk away. Another part of me wants to say, she doesn't have anything left, and what good are these 2 pennies? Not going to help her sustain her very long, so she puts them in. What the heck? I'll bet on God. It's like, I guess, roulette, betting on a particular, square, or whatever the ball does. I don't know much about roulette, obviously. How does he know what's in her heart? How does he know what sacrifice or not she is making? I remember this, and I got to thinking about it this morning as I was watching the celebration in Paris of Armistice Day, this being the 100th anniversary of what we now call Veterans Day. 100 years ago at 11 o'clock in Paris time, the Treaty of Versailles was signed and the war was over. And I think about, as we think about today, not only on Veterans Day here in the U.S., but throughout all of the world that participated in World War I, the sacrifice that so many people gave. And the question in my mind as I listened to the speeches and heard the various observances was, how do they know what was in the hearts of the people who fought that war? We have a tendency to romanticize war sometimes. We have a tendency to do lots of things with it. But how do they know? I remember my father talking with him when the movie Saving Private Ryan came out. And if any of you saw that movie, you will remember that it was a depiction, a very vivid depiction of what happened on D-Day. And he was in the 3rd wave on D-Day. And I said to him, are you going to go see Saving Private Ryan? And he said, and I'm quoting him, why in the hell would I want to do that? I'll tell you what that day was like for me. I was scared. And somebody yelled and started pushing me out of this boat, and I'm in the water, waist deep in the water, and the guy next to me gets his head chopped off by bullets. Why would I want to go see that? What was in my heart was fear. There's no glory there, he said to me. And I think about that as I have had the privilege over all of my ministry to watch people come and give to the work of the church. And I have a fun saying that I like to say, and it always ticks everybody else off, but what I'm going to say is it's never enough. And I say that only because we would take it all and spend it. That's what we would do. And still not meet the needs of the world we're trying to meet. But please don't take that as an understanding that I have a clue what's in the heart of any giver. What I know is this. I have seen for almost 2 years the giving spirit of the people of St. Philip's. I've seen you give time, I've seen you give energy, I've seen you give work, and I've seen you give dollars for the work that we are trying to do as the people of God in this community. And I have no idea what's in anybody's heart except this. There is some connection between the thought you put into making a pledge and your relationship with God. That somehow, in your mind, not mine, in your heart, not mine, there is a relationship between what you give for the work of God in this place and your relationship to that God. And for that, I'm more than grateful, I'm humbled. Just like I'm sure that we all feel a debt of gratitude to those veterans of our country, some who died, some who were wounded, some who survived, some who carry lingering scars of their experience. That we're humbled by the fact that no matter what is in our hearts, we give. We open ourselves up. We open our homes up. We open our purse strings up so that the work of God may continue. So I want to say today to all of you, bless you for thinking about it, for pondering it, and for the commitment that's going to be between you and your God in this place. Amen.
Amen.